Your creative team is staring at a blank screen. You've burned through every obvious angle for your education ads. Transform your career, learn from expert instructors, increase your salary. And month after month, your cost per lead keeps climbing. You launch new campaigns, you tweak headlines, you swap out the background music, but nothing moves the needle. Here's what's actually happening. You're trying to think your way to better ad angles, when what you should be doing is listening your way there. I'm Herbert from Learn Media, and after partnering with over 100 education brands to improve their student acquisition campaigns, I can tell you with complete certainty that the best ad angles don't come from creative brainstorm sessions. They come from 5 15-minute conversations with your recent students. Today, I'm going to walk you through the exact 7 questions we use to generate fresh ad angles that actually convert. Let's dive in. Here's why most education brands run out of creative ideas so quickly. They're operating from assumptions about what matters to students. They think students care about accreditation. Students want to hear about curriculum structure. Students are impressed by faculty credentials. And yes, these things matter eventually, but they're not what makes someone stop scrolling. They're not what makes someone click. And they're definitely not what makes someone enroll. The reality is that your prospective students are having internal conversations you're not privy to. They're dealing with doubts you've never considered. They're hoping for outcomes you haven't thought to promise. And if you're not directly addressing these actual concerns in your ads, you're wasting your budget talking to yourself. So here's what we do instead. We go directly to the people who just made the decision you're trying to get your prospects to make, your recent students. They remember exactly what it felt like to be on the fence. They remember the specific objections they had to overcome. And if you ask them the right questions, they'll hand you ad angles on a silver platter. The process is quite simple. Interview 5 recent students, people who enrolled in the last 3 to 6 months, and ask them these 7 specific questions. And here's the critical part. Write down their exact words. Don't paraphrase, don't clean it up, don't make it sound more professional, because the power is in their language, not yours. Your prospects don't talk like your marketing team. They talk like these students. So when you use student language in your ads, it resonates at a completely different level. All right, let's go through the questions one by one. Question 1, what were you doing the moment you decided to enroll? And this question reveals the emotional trigger, not the rational justification they tell themselves later, the actual moment. One student from an online MBA program told us, I was sitting in a quarterly review meeting and my boss was praising someone else for an idea I had suggested 3 months earlier. That's when I knew I needed to do something different. That became an ad angle we never would have thought of. Tired of watching other people get credit for your ideas? That level of specificity, that emotional truth, you can't brainstorm in a meeting room. Question 2 is, what almost stopped you from signing up? And this is pure gold. Their biggest objection becomes your next ad, because if they overcame it, your prospects can too. We asked this to a student in a creative writing program, and she said, I thought I was too old. Everyone else would be 22-year-old English majors, and here I am, 47 years old. That insight led to an entire creative angle focused on second act careers and late bloomers. The headline, 47 years old, full-time job, published my first novel anyway. That ad had a 34% lower CPL than our previous best performer. Question 3 is, what did your friends or family say when you told them? Now, this surfaces the external pressure. Spouse skepticism, parent doubts, friends questioning the decision. One student in a career upskilling program told us, my wife said that sounds expensive. Are you sure this is worth it? Perfect. Now we know we need to address ROI concerns and the fact that students are dealing with family pushback. That led to an ad featuring a student saying, my wife thought I was crazy. 6 months later, I got a $30K raise. Now she thinks I'm a genius. That ad format, acknowledging and then overcoming the exact doubt performed incredibly well in retargeting campaigns. Question 4 is, what specific outcome are you hoping for in 6 months? Now, this gives you the dream state in their exact language, not your marketing language, theirs. For an online Spanish course, a student said, I want to visit my girlfriend's family in Mexico and actually have real conversations with her grandmother, not just smile and nod. That's so much more powerful than achieve fluency or improve conversational skills. We created an ad around that exact scenario. Stop smiling and nodding, start having real conversations. The specificity makes it feel personal, even though thousands of people have that same goal. Question 5 is, what surprised you most about the program so far? The unexpected benefits are marketing gold. Nobody else is talking about these because they're not in your course description. A student in a nutrition certification program told us, I thought I'd just learn about meal plans. I didn't expect to completely change my relationship with food. I'm sleeping better, my anxiety is lower. We weren't marketing any of that, but it became a powerful angle for people who were interested in the certification, but also struggling with their own health issues. Question 6 is, how would you explain this program to someone like you? And this is where students position your program for your exact target audience in language that actually resonates. One student in an online coding program said, I'd tell them you don't need to be a maths genius. You just need to be willing to problem solve and not give up when something breaks. And that became our ad. Can't do math? Neither could I. Now I'm a software developer. Students know how to talk to other students in a way that your marketing team never will. Question 7 is, if you could go back, what would you tell yourself before enrolling? And this reveals the reassurance prospects need to hear right now. One business school student said, I tell myself, you're going to feel like everyone else is smarter than you for the first 2 weeks, then you'll realize they all feel the same way. That became an ad addressing imposter syndrome head-on. These are the psychological barriers your prospects are facing but would never admit it in a comment or DM. So here's how you actually do this. Step 1 is to identify 5 students who enrolled in the last 3 to 6 months, a mix of demographics and programs if possible. Step 2 is to email them individually. Keep it simple. Hey student, I'm working on improving our marketing and I'd love 15 minutes of your time to ask about your experience. Would you be available for a call this week? Most students will say yes, they want to help. Step 3 is to record the call, of course, with permission. Use Zoom, Loom, whatever works. Step 4 is to ask these 7 questions. Don't lead them, let them talk. The more they ramble, the better. Gold is hidden in those tangents. Step 5 is to go through the transcript and highlight every phrase that makes you go, huh, I never thought of it that way. Step 6 is to turn those phrases into ad concepts. You'll end up with 10 to 15 potential angles from just 5 conversations. And that's more material than most creative teams generate in a month of brainstorming. Look, I get it. Creative fatigue is real. You can launch campaigns, performance is great for a few weeks, then it drops off a cliff. And you're left scrambling, trying to figure out what to test next. But you don't need a bigger creative team or a Hollywood production budget. You just need to start listening to the right people. So here's what I want you to do this week. Reach out to 5 recent students, book those 15-minute calls, and ask these 7 questions. And I promise you, you'll walk away with more usable ad angles than you get from a month of creative brainstorming sessions. Now, if you found this helpful, I've got a lot more content coming on creative strategy and social media advertising specifically for education marketers. So make sure you're subscribed to this channel because I don't want you to miss those. And if this added value, drop a comment below and let me know which of the 7 questions you think will work best for your courses and programs. Or if you want us to implement this entire process for you from creative production to campaign management, there's a link in the description to book a discovery call. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.